Um, I decided to make some videos about how I perceive my body. Um, I'm going to make this one about how I perceive my chest and how that has been changing over the past year and a half or so, as opposed to like when it first started developing and all this stuff. I'm going to make another video about how I feel about my downstairs area pre-T as opposed to now and where I want to go with that in the future and kind of thing like that. Um, and I'm going to make this one about my chest. Film this video and then somehow manage to delete it. So, whatever, I'll make it again. Um, so, basically, from the time I was 11 when my chest started developing up until right after my 17th birthday, so around November 2013, I was not able to look down. I wasn't able to look at my chest at all. It was, you know, something I like to try and ignore because of the pain and just horrible despair that surrounded it. Um, I got this horrid sick feeling in my stomach if I looked down, so I rarely did that. However, um, right after my 17th birthday, I started uh, feeling different. I started being able to walk around my room shirtless as I was getting dressed, which was never something that I was able to do before. Before, I would lay out the clothes I was about to put on and change as quickly as possible because I wanted nothing to do with what was going on there. Um, whereas, I started being able to take off my shirt and walk around and go and get my binder and then put the binder on as opposed to having it laid out right there. And as soon as I take this layer off, throw that layer on. Um, and then that comfort of walking around shirtless slowly progressed to being able to look at my chest in the mirror, um, like my bare chest in the mirror, or looking down at my chest, um, when it's bare. And that was interesting to me because that's never been a thing before. And I found um, even stranger was the fact that it didn't make me uncomfortable to look at my bare chest in the mirror. And um, I feel that is because I came to terms with the fact that top surgery is coming. Um, that this part of my body is not going to look like this. It's not going to feel like this for much longer. Um, so I think that I reasoned with myself finally that this part of my body does not need to run my life anymore. It's not going to be here for much longer, so I'm not going to let it uh, tear me down as much as it has been for the past several years. Um, though, interestingly enough, like I don't bind when I'm at home. I never really have. I bind when I leave the house, but otherwise, if I'm at home, I'm not binding. I wear just an undershirt and a t-shirt when I'm at home all the time, and I have found that around the time that I started being comfortable looking at my bare chest, I started getting increasingly more uncomfortable looking at myself in the mirror when I'm not binding, when I have a shirt on, which is weird. So I can look at my bare chest. I can stand shirtless and look at myself in the mirror and not be uncomfortable. Um, Whereas if I'm wearing a shirt and I look at myself in the mirror and I'm not binding, I'm overwhelmed with this just like that is wrong. It should not look like that. Um, which is so strange to me. And I think that it also has to do with when I have my shirt off, um, I can see I have sort of a anyway. I have like really tiny nipples, and I really like that. And I can see when I look at myself shirtless, I can imagine what my chest should look like, and I can, you know, reason with myself that what I'm looking at is a male chest because I'm male and it's my chest. Um, Whereas when I have a shirt on and I look in the mirror and I'm not binding and I see that there are bumps under my shirt, I look at that and I automatically think that looks like, you know, what a female would look like in a shirt. So there's this weird disconnect in my head somewhere of I can look at my chest bare and associate it with being a male chest, but for some reason when I'm wearing a t-shirt or just a shirt and I'm not binding and I see the there are bumps there, it just feels really wrong, um, and it makes me uncomfortable. So I have shied away from looking in mirrors when I'm wearing a shirt, um, and I find it very fascinating that that is where my mind has gone with dysphoria in regards to my chest. Um, I am in quite a bit of pain recently in regards to binding, so that's getting tough. And with the warm weather coming, that's going to make it even worse because I've been binding for a couple summers now, and I know how that works, or doesn't in this case. But another note would be sleeping shirtless. I've never done that before. About a month ago, I did for about a week. It was never something that was comfortable to me. I always sleep in just again. I just sleep in a one of the undershirts that I have. Um, that's all I sleep in unless it's cold and I'll throw a t-shirt on or something as well. But I was never comfortable sleeping shirtless, and for about a week last month, I just had this urge to sleep shirtless, and um, so I did for a few days, and then at like day 4 or night 4 or 5, I started getting uncomfortable again, and I decided to put a shirt on because I couldn't fall asleep. Um, and that was fine after that, and I haven't slept shirtless since. But that was interesting to me, and I feel this. I feel again. I think that I'm able to look at myself shirtless because there's an impatience in me. I am so ready for top surgery. Like you have no idea how ready I am for it to just happen. I want it over with because I'm done. I have I am at the point where I've been contemplating just walking around my house shirtless, regardless of what's there, regardless of whatever my family is going to think, because I'm so sick of having to put a shirt on after a shower instead of just walking out of the bathroom and being able to get changed in my room. I'm just it feels so wrong to me to do all these menial things that it's just driving me mad. And I think that's why I'm so comfortable with myself walking around my room shirtless and just seeing my chest the way it is now because I'm so ready for it to be gone that I don't care about it anymore. Um, it's just infuriating to me that I pretty much am at the point where I completely forget it's there because in my head, I'm so past top surgery. I'm so past it because I'm so ready for it to just get over with. And so in my head, there's this notion of like, I don't want to say like, oh, it's already happened because I know for a fact that I haven't had top surgery yet. But my mental, where I am mentally right now is so past it. And I just am ready for it to be physically done because I'm mentally over it. Um, I still need a little over $3,000 out of the 8,000, and I am just so over it. Um, I can't wait for it to happen. But that's kind of where I am with my chest at this point. This weird sort of um, very different from where I thought I would be, and also very different from where I was, when my chest first started developing years ago. When I first found Dr. Hugh McLean when I was 14, and I started looking at his site and wanting surgery with him. Um, it's not an impatience, I don't think anymore. Well, no, it is an impatience, but it's not a dysphoria like, oh my God, I'm you know, feeling upset and discouraged and I'm not living my life because of my chest, which was the case a few years ago. Now it's just like, why is this not over with yet? Why has it not been dealt with? Because I'm over it. um, so my body needs to be over it. And yeah, so that's where I am in regards to my chest right now. I'm going to make another video, like I said earlier, about my downstairs area and how I'm feeling about that. Um, So if you have any video topics, I've been meaning to make videos and I've just had nothing to make videos about. So if you have anything you want me to talk about, let me know. As always, my GoFundMe link for my top surgery fund will be in the description. If you could check it out, share the link, donate, that would be absolutely fantastic. Because I'm almost there and I just am ready for it to be done with. Thank you for watching. See ya.